Yo, 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 what's up, AJ? How you doing?
What's going on, bro? How we doing today?
Man, I'm good. No complaints, no complaints. It's a good time to be alive, as they would say. Hey,
Absolutely.
well, hey, we got a lot going on this week due to the hurricane. We have a lot of different teams that'll be we'll be talking about. We'll be actually getting in touch with some of the things that might be a little deeper discussion. But let's start off with what we always start off with, which is our sponsorships. You tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're having our annual senior all-star game between the East team and the West team. The East team is comprised of Volusia, um, Brevard, and Seminole County, and the West team is Lake, Osceola, and Orange County. That game is going to be January 24th. January 14th, 7 p.m. at Lake Minneota High School. So anyone's interested in becoming a sponsor for that game, we have several different packages that fit all scale organizations, all scale companies. So definitely contact us on our social media accounts, which will be the next topic. Our social media accounts. We now have a TikTok page, so go follow us on TikTok, Elite 100 Prospects. But we also have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can email us at elite100prospects@gmail.com.
Yeah, and due to the game on Thursday night, the games on Thursday night, of course, we can't do our show at Thursday at 7. So, thanks for making sure that everybody knows about the sponsorships and stuff of that nature. We'll jump right into it. Game of the week recap from last week.
Last week was a good one. Two good programs. Mainland came into the game 6-1. Osceola came into the game 4-3. Osceola, obviously, strength of schedule. We kind of both figured that they would be ready for the game, and they proved to be ready. They won the game decisively, 33-6. Player of the game, Derek LeBlanc, defensive end, 2023, committed to Oklahoma. Had 4 tackles, 1 forced fumble that was picked up and ran back for a touchdown. And then on the offensive end, Terry Crews had 2 touchdowns at wide receiver. He threw one, and he also caught a 75-yard screen pass out the gate. But they dominated. They were winning 20-0 at halftime. And before I just mentioned Terry Crews, the first play of the second half, he took the first offensive play. He took it 75 yards to the house. So that kind of was the nail in the coffin early in the second half. But Osceola dominated that game. I knew that Mainland wouldn't be able to run traditionally. It would have to be some type of, not gimmick, but some type of scheme. They wasn't going to just be able to run right at Osceola, so that I knew that they would make them one-dimensional. I knew Osceola on the back end was pretty stout, and that proved to be factual, and they won the ball game 33-6.
Okay, well, hey, obviously it appears to be a good game. Shout out to Derek LeBlanc. Kind of was on his head about his play. He did a tremendous job out there, and I'm very proud of him. Big John, of course, is Big John. He is who he is every week.
He was disruptive as well, yeah.
He is who he is every week. But shout out to all those boys out of Osceola. One big shout out to EP and those boys as well, because he took the time to have a very nice schedule, and I think that's gonna do well for them, because they really are gonna have to. They got a tough region. They probably have the toughest path to the championship. So big shout out to him for taking on that kind of schedule and getting his team prepared. All right, so there he is right there. He must have heard me talking about it. What's up, EP, man? I just gave you some roses. Don't take them too serious. I don't give them to you often. But anyway, so with that being said, we off to this week's game of the week. We have 2 of them. The first one is Evans versus APOPKA tonight at APOPKA, and the second one is, of course, the game that everybody wants to see, which is Seminole versus Lake Mary at Lake Mary. You got anything to say about those 2 games of the week?
No, it'd be good to see APOPKA. See how much or how far they've come. I know that they just find a way to win tough ball games, and then obviously Seminole Lake Mary. That's always a classic every year, so that should be a good one as well.
EP say y'all on the EP today we had to do a lunchtime special because everybody plays. Matter of fact, everybody plays. Do EP didn't play tonight? They might play tomorrow.
They might.
But everybody in Orange County plays tonight due to they're supposed to be out of school on Friday, but they're going to still go to school, but they didn't change the game, so everybody's playing tonight. So we have to.
Yeah, EP and them, they play tomorrow. They play Toho tomorrow.
So everybody's playing tonight in Orange County, so that's why we're doing it. But yeah, with that being said, I do want to discuss one thing, and this is some deep stuff. And I definitely, if anybody's on here, we want to get your thoughts on this. The Seminole Lake Mary game has a lot of. I just come right to it. Has a lot of racial overtones. Seminole, they're both in the same county. The Lake Mary, is restricted the tickets for the Seminole side. They won't let the Seminole people sit on the same side as the Lake Mary guys. They got porta potties for them. They can't even go and use the bathroom. I think that's ridiculous. VSN is doing a great job. They're going to stream the game for anybody who's not able to go to the game for Seminole. But I just think that's ridiculous. This is high school football. There shouldn't be any issues. If there's fighting in the stands, that's what you have. The police, in Texas, we don't really have police at the game like that. That was one of the first things I noticed here, that the police are actively at all these games. So, if the police are at the game and kids start fighting, you make sure you take them to jail. And you only have to do that one time and it'll stop. What's your thoughts on it, AJ?
I went back and looked, and I think that Lake Mary has had at least the last 2 weeks. I think that they've had the porta potties out for the visiting team. It's obviously a bad look this week going against Seminole. Some would say that that's their home field advantage, that they could restrict the seating to what it is. But like you said, it's high school football. I saw on Twitter earlier this morning a parent saying from Seminole saying he tried to buy a ticket, and the tickets for the Seminole side went sold out in less than an hour. So the parent was like, "You telling me I gotta watch the game from the parking lot? I can't even buy a ticket to watch my own son." So when they get that serious, it's like you got parents can't even watch their kids. And it's not like they're trying to buy tickets at the last minute. Everyone's doing things in a timely manner, but it's just not a good look.
I'm sure there was a fight last year, and I've been to some of the games, and they say some crazy stuff, some of these kids. I think was there a fight last spring or something like that?
Well, I know that Seminole, the game last year should have been at Seminole. And I'm not sure what happened.
I thought spring game there was a fight.
Was that a situation with Goldie? I know that there was a situation. I'm not sure.
That's what it was. But it's just getting too much, But that's just my 2 cents on that. We'll go ahead and move on since nobody has any thoughts about it. If you have any thoughts, make sure you put it in the comment section and we'll take it from there. I would love to hear, who I would love to hear from is Braden's dad. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you. We'll go over the top 10, but we'll start, of course, with the 5. Whatever the non-public schools. You want to go ahead and start with those guys?
Let's roll. Looking at our top 10, top 5. Looking at number 5 for the private schools, we're gonna go with Masters Academy. They're putting it together right at the right time. They beat Mount Dora Academy a couple weeks ago, and they play them again for the playoffs. They're 5-3. They just came off a victory against Trinity Prep, 52-0. They're on a 4-game winning streak. So we got Masters Academy. At number 4, we're looking at OCP. They had somewhat of a tough schedule for their ranking system or their division, whatever you want to call it. They went out and played some public schools. Wildwood, Bishop Moore is a private school, but rather larger private school. OCP 4-4. They play Trinity Prep this week. They just came off a victory last week against West Stokes Academy, 58-0. So we got OCP at number 4. Number 3, the First Academy, 7-1. They've been on the road all year. They just beat Foundation 20-7. They play AACA out of Winter Garden, tonight or tomorrow. I expect them to roll with that one. Next up, we got CFCA, 7-0. Just an explosive team. They beat Creek Academy last week, 45-7. And they also will start their playoffs at home against Oak Hall. And then number 1 is Lake Highland Prep, 7-0. They beat St. Andrews last week, 42-28. That's probably the most competitive game that we've seen from an opponent against Lake Highland all year. But they are at home against Canterbury, and they also start the playoffs as well.
Yeah, that should be a good game. All those games are on Friday. Shout out to Romello Ware, running back, junior. He received Orlando Touchdown Club Player of the Week. I didn't notice, but he's averaging 210 yards a game for the last 4 games. So that's actually very impressive. All right, so now we go into our weekly top 10. Do we have any shakeups, or do you want to just start?
Yeah, we had a little bit of shakeup. Coming in the 10th spot, actually tied in the 10th spot is APOPKA, 5-2. They beat Lake Mary last week, 21-17. And they're at home tonight against Evans. And also tied with them at the 10th spot is Mainland. They're 6-2. They lost to Osceola 33-6. They took a beating. So they dropped in the polls quite a few rankings. But they're at home this week against Seabreeze. I expect them to bounce back and get ready for the playoffs. Looking at the number 9 spot, we're at Winter Park, 7-0, with that 1 blemish on their record against Ocoee. They beat Colonial 42-0 last week, and they are at home this week against Timber Creek, and I expect a victory.
That's actually for the district championship.
Yep. It's a very big game. I expect them to win.
Creek has actually gotten better, though. They really have. I watched them. They got a little better.
You want to take them?
No, but they're not in a pick-em game anyway.
I'm just saying we can add them if you wanted to take them. You want to take them?
Let me think about it, because
you got to make up. You want me to tell you? You're at about.
Well, we get to pick them. We get to pick them. We get to pick them. We'll
talk about it, because I'll help you add some games if you need to. Yeah. But anyway, looking at the number 17 or number 8, we're at Ocoee. They're 6-2, and they just beat the snot out of Windermere 63-0 last week. I think the score was 49-0 at halftime. Okay. So in reality, Ocoee kind of took it easy on them. They probably could have scored 80 points, but they're away tonight against DP. So we'll see what happens with that game.
Rodney Wells, we get to play Rodney Wells. I wish him the best. As I wouldn't even say this, but as I look to my right and I see ESPN talking about someone by the name of King James, until Rodney does right by Jordan, he's never going to really truly
be. Relax, bro. This year 20, man.
I'm just saying he's never going to be truly a champion.
Listen, okay, no, because you're not gonna do that slander on my boy. So the thing with the Lakers, the first 4 games of the season, they're shooting historically bad from the 3-point. They're shooting 22%. It's the worst 4-game stretch of any team in NBA history. At any point, no team has ever shot this bad in a 4-game stretch. Ever.
Anthony Marshall just got on. So, Anthony, I want to make sure while we just had a conversation, Lake Mary, Seminole, we didn't talk about the game yet. That's going to be in a few seconds. But we did talk about, the restriction of tickets, making them do porta potties, like some of the racial overtones that quite frankly, I agree, they did. Sometimes you get the right guy to say that. And
but still, though, it ain't. Just stay on the topic right now, y'all.
Sometimes, man, the other thing about that, Ant, is we talked about how, like, you've been at, I've been there and witnessed it, where your son is at Lake Mary, which is a predominantly white school, and we're at Lake Brantley, and they really are, saying some things in the stands that are ridiculous. It's a lot of racial overtones in Seminole County, and I you kind of see it sometimes with the Seminole High School football team. Do want to know your thoughts. If you could put that in the comment section, and then once again, you are correct. The Lakers are trash because their leader is not a real leader, but that's another story. But let's
all right, moving on. Let's go ahead on here. This is getting outrageous. At the number 7 spot, we got Cocoa. Cocoa just they like a hurricane in Brevard County. Any Brevard County team can get it. So we're gonna see what's up next week. But they beat Astronaut 56-0 last week. Quarterback Blake Boda against teams in Brevard County, he has not thrown an incompletion. And I mean, like 4 games. Like, that's outrageous.
That's crazy. That's
crazy. Like, so anyway, they are away this week at Palm Bay. I expect them to keep it rolling. Next up, at the number 6 spot, we got Osceola, 5-3. They beat Mainland last week, 33-6. Very dominating victory. They have a big game this Friday at home against Toho. Winner of that game is district champ. So that's a big game.
Well, not really. They'll beat Toho by 40. So
I'm just saying, dog. According to
they'll beat Toho by 40. Anybody
the Horizon and Jones game, it's the same thing.
Hey, anybody want to take that bet? Hit me up.
No, absolutely not. No, you're not gonna sneak a win on me like that.
Yeah, no. You want to? Yeah, why don't you go ahead? Hey, I'm gonna give you 40.
No, I'm still not taking it.
I want to see your 40.
I ain't taking it.
Yeah, that Chad, exactly. The man being disrespectful.
According to the records and the magnitude, the results matter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I mean, it kind of is what it is, man. You have residents of those areas. Those guys are friends. People know everybody. And what I see, that I've seen in some of the Seminole County games, I know that they're probably worried about fights or what have you. But you have police at the game. So if kids fight, just let them go to jail. It'll change all that real quick. Because I did see it. We were at a game and we saw fights and I didn't see nobody get arrested. And the bottom line, you can stop one good arrest to stop all that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for speaking out, man. That's big because your son is a player at Lake Mary. But when we see things, we got to speak up. All right. So who's next up, AJ?
Next up, 5, Lake Mineola. Lake Mineola's 5. They're 7-1. They just keep winning all year.
They're not going to make up that game they had against Fleming Island, I'm sure.
I'm not sure. They play. I know they play. They're not going to make it.
If they ain't making it up by Monday, they're not going to be able to make it up.
Well, let's see. They might play on Monday.
Chad, you haven't given, for the record, Chad, you ain't gave me no food. So I need to win by 50, 5-0. If you handle that for me, man, then we'll call it even. But you ain't gave me no food yet. So if you yeah, I agree. I agree. It definitely is not a whole bunch of talk last.
Because the team last year at Lake Mary was a whole lot better than they are this year.
Yeah, but also too, I think the boys from last year, they were coming off winning the state championship too. So you know how that is. You're
gonna get their best shot. Everybody gonna give you their best shot.
I'm just saying you also got a little bit more bravado when you're the champ. You're gonna talk a little bit more noise all the time. So it kind of went, so which I like. He said pay up, Chad. Chad, hey, what's up? Either you give me my food or you give me 50. That's it. Either you win by 50 or you give me my food. And they can and tell EP if they score, y'all lost automatically.
Oh man, listen, you should have been there last week because Mainland didn't score until the last seconds of the ball game, and Osceola was I could tell that meant something to them, and I could respect that.
Hey, my dog said we'll be even after Friday. Hey, say less. Go ahead. We can move on. Hey.
Yeah, I don't even know who's arguing about who's the.
Oh, by the way, Chad, when you cooking that though for real? Because my wife gone for the weekend. So hey, when you cooking that, son? Come get some food. Make sure you let me know. He don't run it. I know you don't, but But you the head coach. So,
He's a delegator.
If they score EP, I'm telling you now, you ain't gonna want to see me next week. If they score, I'm gonna treat it like y'all lost. I'm gonna be voting for y'all to be out the whole rankings. They better not score. And Chad is the OC. I expect 50. That's just what it is. I mean,
it's gonna be It's gonna be a lot of passing.
Oh, hey, my dog. Hey, I hope they do try to pass. Bo Masco may set the record. What is the record? I know you know who had a record, and rest in peace. The record for most interceptions in the game is Dexter Wentz. He had 5.
5. Oh yeah, Dex did have his freshman year, or was it sophomore year?
Sophomore year. He had 5.
Sophomore year. Yeah.
So let Bo and Jai know 5 get them some money. All right, I'll be there, Chad. 5 get them some money from me. 5 give them some money.
God, no, man. Who the hell get 5 picks?
Dexter Wentz. And he got 5 picks in a 62-43 game.
That was a good game. Those 5 picks, everyone admits something.
Everyone admits something. You're right. Like these boys, hey, man, it is what it is, man. I expect nothing less. But go ahead, man. Who we got at number 4?
Man, number 4. But Bo don't get enough action to get 5 picks, but that's another story. But number 4, we got Jones, 6-2. They beat Wakava last week, 21-7. Pretty good ball game, I heard.
Hold on one second. I got the hookup. It's sending me. I got to talk to. I got the hookup. He gonna have some shrimp. What's up, bro? Man, deliver all this by 3 o'clock. Sound good? All right, man. I'll see you then. Hey, all right, man. Peace. I got the hookup. Hey, man. Hey, I'll be ordering.
Over there.
Jeff Robinson. I'm gonna post a picture on Facebook so y'all can see what he give me. He gonna give me them crab, them sausage, them eggs, the corn, the potatoes. It be on point. Like honestly, Jeff got probably the best bowl I've seen, and it's not. I like it. It's not too spicy, so everybody in the household loves it. So it's real tasty, flavorful. Sorry, but sorry about that, y'all.
Good over there now. You good, man? Eat up. But yeah, number 4, we got Jones. They at home Friday actually against Horizon. Both ball clubs 6-2. It's just like the Osceola matchup where the winner technically is a higher seed, this, that, and the third. But I expect Jones to win that game.
See, this is sometimes my dog.
That's when you're talking. See, Marshall.
Yeah, my dog.
I love your confidence, brother, but sometimes it's just like,
hey, he said,
dog, dude, and this is no slight to your son, but
5.
You know who they got over there too. You don't throw 5 interceptions to these type of receivers, man.
Hey, man, look, man. Hey, he said 5. The man said 5. Hey, do you want to bet some? You want to bet some food on that too, Anthony? Because you already he owe you some wings, actually, AJ.
I know you owe me wings. What was it that game? Lake Brantley.
Yeah, he owe you some wings. But to be honest, because he said 17 point spread.
They ain't even score 17.
Yeah, hey man, that's what he said. So hey, but nah, man. So. Big shout out to Jones. Jones has really done a really good job of the defense, man. Once again, the defense is really playing lights out. Shout out to Coach Anderson on the defense side of the ball. Tremendous job. And he's not doing it. And it's not those guys are balling too. You had, Malik and the guys are balling, but it's a lot of the younger guys like George Brown, Bobo, James Shannon, guys that they're doing a really, really good job. Cedric DeMona, they're doing a tremendous job. So shout out to the coaches on that. Who's number 3?
And going back to Jones, shout out to Anderson. It's his birthday today. So happy King's Day, Anderson.
Birthday.
Go ahead and get that victory tomorrow. Number 3, we're looking at Rockledge, 7-1. They beat Merritt Island last week, 40-7. They're at home this week against GALLIE, GALLIE, however you want to pronounce it. Both teams 7-1, but Rockledge holding down that 3 spot.
It's GALLIE.
Yeah, GALLIE, whatever. But Seminole, number 2, they 7-1. They beat Lake Brantley pretty convincing last week. This is the second week in a row they've been able to win without their senior quarterback, Luke Rucker, who's been going through a little back tightness. I think he's nothing too major, but they won 37-7 without him. So they beat D-Land, and now they just beat Lake Brantley. So I'm pretty.
Is Luke coming back? Is Luke going to be back? Do you know if Luke is going to be back for this game?
I'm not sure if he's going to be back for this game. I would like to think he is.
Yeah, that's a big game. You know,
to be honest with you, junior quarterback David Parks, he's more athletic than Luke. I just be 100. So as far as that versatility out, like scrambling and stuff, that adds a total different dynamic to their offense. So I don't think they're gonna have an answer anyway.
All right, so we'll say that for the next section of the show. Number 1 team,
Edgewater. Excuse me. They play Boone next week. They have a bye this week. They just beat Horizon 54-0. Yep. So yeah, he said he heard Luke would be back.
Yeah, but no, I gotta add in this. This is one thing too. Edgewater players went to Boone to watch a game. They literally kicked all the players out of the game. Edgewater has their bye this week, so they went, I guess, to watch Boone. I think on Monday.
Boone played on Monday,
and they went over there. No cameras, no nothing, no coaching staff. You know how kids want to see other kids.
They want to see their opponent,
right? But they kicked all the Edgewater kids out the game, which is ridiculous. So it doesn't make sense to me. Once again, that they would do something of that nature. So, some of these schools is getting out of control, and parents, y'all have to step up and start saying stuff about it. It's just that simple. All right. So
you know how I feel about Boone.
Yeah, they do some stuff to do. But hey, that's the top 10 this week. We expect some shakeups coming up. Because on Monday you have a couple of games that could cause a lot of shakeups. But all right, let's go to our pick'ems of the week. Let's start off with GALLIE versus Rockledge.
Well, I'll tell you, for the season, you at 69%. You 29 for 23, 29 for 30, 29 out of, damn, let me get this right. You're 29 and 13. So you 69%, which is solid. I'm 33 and 11. I'm 75%. I got 2 games up on you because earlier in the season, we picked Ocoee twice and you did not pick them either time. But about, I think,
losses. I mean, like I'm 2 games.
2 or 3 weeks after that, you start to pick Ocoee where we ain't been having that issue. So you 2 games behind.
I still would have been 2 games behind in the loss count. Well, because I would have picked Ocoee in those games too. So it
I feel you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, so it don't really matter,
But if you want to add, did you want to add that? What was that game you wanted to add?
Timber Creek and Winter Park. Give me 10 points since I'm learning the betting game.
I like Winter Park -10. I take that.
Where's the game at? It's at Timber Creek. I definitely want to do it.
They home. Winter Park at home.
But how about you give me? I'll take that bet.
I give you 13. I give you 12 and a half. I give you 12 and a half.
All right, how about this? You give me 13, but
12 and a half.
But you also give me Osceola 49-49. I give you Osceola got to win by 50. Hey, because you ain't. So I'm gonna choose Osceola to win by 50. If Osceola win by 50, that got to be at least worth something. That put. Hey.
All right, I'll give you them 2. Because a 50 piece, that's That's significant.
All right.
All right, I give you them 2 to make up. All right, I got you. Let me add that to it. All right.
Okay, all right. So we can. All right, now we can be regular. So that way we can be tied or at least close going into the last week of the season. Because I got to
look. If it's 50, I give you 49. So if it's 50, you win. I even give you 49, bro. No. It's got to be 50. So 40 minus 49.
49. Like if it's 49, if it's 49, it's a push.
It's
right.
a push.
I got you. Like I'm 50. I really believe my dogs are gonna do it like that.
All right, I give you that.
All right. So then, all right. So then,
who was the other one?
We was talking about.
Winter Park.
You give me 13. You give me 13. Winter Park and 13. Yeah. So that's cool. So that all right. So now we back to normal. We got GALLIE versus Rockledge. Because I'm pretty sure we finna pick the same teams this whole believe it or not, the one game the next game up is probably the one that we may I may just go either way. But we got GALLIE versus Rockledge. Who you got?
I got Rockledge all day.
I got Rockledge, so we in the same boat. Next up, we have Evans versus APOPKA. You gonna go with Evans? Evans. Evans got. They're your boys, Evans Trojans.
Hey, much respect to Evans.
Oh,
I'm going with APOPKA at home. I'm going to pick Evans at. Come on, man, I ain't no fool.
I'm going with APK. I'm going with APK too. Shout out to Kennard Lane. A lot of people didn't think he would get the victories that he got. He's doing a good job of getting those kids ready over there, and hopefully, Laura Will and Kennard can keep some of those kids in Pine Hills home. If he could pull that off, I know they're establishing a really good relationship with the Pop Warner. Odom's over there coaching them up, and they'll have one of the top recruits in the country over there in BJ. So hopefully kids will want to play with him. All right. So then next up is my DORA versus EUSTIS. This might be the only one where we made.
I got Mount Dora.
Yeah, I got my DORA too.
You should gonna run it down their throat, boy.
Yeah, my DORA for the tear it up. Sorry for Frank, that's my church buddy and a good dude. But I think TP either opted out for the season. He lost his best player, to opt out. So that's gonna be interesting. All right. So now we down to the nitty gritty. We got Horizon versus Jones. You said on this show that was a very important game.
I mean, Horizon. Both teams coming into the matchup 6-2. Horizon's lost 2. Horizon's lost 2 district games. Jones has lost 1. This is a district matchup, if I'm not mistaken. So exactly. So if Horizon by chance wins, then that's a tie for that second spot. I think, like you mentioned earlier when we talked on the phone, 3 teams probably go. I don't see Jones losing. I got Jones, but I'm just saying. I play football. Any given day, you ain't think the Steelers was gonna beat Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, now I would think that.
Now that they lost against Carolina 21-3, but you ain't think that.
The Tampa Bay look bad, but no, man. But since you feel that way, AJ, I think you should go ahead because the people at Jones don't think you like them anyway.
They can think what they want to think. My record for the season says I picked 3 out of 4 right all week. If you take 75% to the bookie, he ain't gonna like you.
No, actually, the one time you picked against Jones, you was right.
Exactly. So the one time that I said Jones would not win, they didn't. I was right. I don't know how they be mad.
The game against Texas didn't count because you never seen the Texas team. You just was rooting for Jones anyway.
Because they from the city, whatever.
But hey, so
I got Jones.
All right.
So in all of that, I'm not.
I got Jones in a blowout. The offense should definitely get on track. My dogs, the wide receivers should eat. And if Jones don't win another one, if Anderson lets Jones, because I would, it's his birthday, so I take care. But if Anderson lets Horizon score, Man, he gets
that's subjective though,
no,
because the
can't
offense will have a turnover at the 20-yard line. It could be a short field. Like,
they give it to him at the 5. He better stop him. So
like, that's so subjective,
Anderson cannot let.
That's outrageous thinking.
Hey, I see Shalonda on it. Hey, you tell Anderson he bet not let them score. If he let him score, he ain't getting no birthday gift from me. I probably would make him a pot of gumbo just for himself. But if he let them score, he get nothing. Once again, my wife is gone for the weekend, so I can turn up. So I'll probably be at the house watching games all day. But so last but certainly not least, this is a game that you got Mr. Marshall on the line. Mr. Marshall, first
Hold on, you forgot Olympia West Orange.
Yeah, we added that one. So Olympia West Orange is a game that we add. That's a huge game because the winner will probably make the playoffs. The loser probably won't.
Ooh.
So they're Region 2 guys. So right now, I think Olympia's probably coming in at 9. West Orange is like 7.
Olympia is 5-3 coming in, and West Orange 4-3.
Yeah. So
overall record.
Yeah, and West Orange has to play Jones and Ocoee. So if West Orange,
no, West Orange already played Jones. Jones won that game by 1 point, 14-13.
Who plays? Who plays Jones at the end of the season? Shalonda, who y'all played the last game of the season? No, West Orange plays Osceola. That's what it was. I knew they played
Osceola. They got Osceola. They got Olympia. They got all O's.
Yeah,
Olympia,
Osceola,
Ocoee, Osceola.
So they have a tough schedule. They had a big win last week over DP with the Hail Mary. So the game is at West Orange. I'm gonna pick Olympia. I think Olympia has been doing a really good job. I think if Olympia comes to play defensively, I don't think there's not much that those guys will be able to do with them. So what's your thoughts? Who you got?
I'm gonna roll with Olympia as well. I just think Olympia. I just think they're a better ball club. I like the wide receivers on the outside. Mr. Walker, Mello Walker.
Hello.
I think when West Orange, I think they're just young. I think West Orange has a lot of youth, and I think in another 2 or 3 years, I think West Orange will be solid. But I think that they'll finish the season 4-6.
Okay, well, that's what it is. So now to the game that we all want to know, and I do need to you got to have a bet with Anthony Marshall on some wings, and you got to give him some points, so he can get double or nothing.
Wow, Lake Mary, their playoff team last year, they won 11 games, 11-2 or something.
That was last year. We talking about this year. Now they 6-2. If they lose to Seminole, they 6-3. They may not, like that region. It's a lot of decent teams in that region. They may not even make the playoffs because if APOPKA probably get in. If they win, as long as APOPKA wins tonight, Seminole will definitely get in, even if they lost all their games going forward.
They married 5-2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They 5-3. Who their last 2 games? Well, probably one of their games probably got pushed off too.
They probably gonna lose their next 2 games, dog.
Who they got after this?
Mainland.
So like I say, they may not make the playoffs. So you got to give them a little point, just for the show, man. Give them a little point coverage. But
I'll give them this a rock. No, they won't.
Hey man, I tried to help you out. Hey man, you want to take the bet? That man said,
"Hell yeah, I take 3. Boy, I double it up, boy. Look, boy, you kidding me? 3.
I said it, but I was going to ask you for at least. I was going to ask you for at least 12. He said
no. He said Lake Mary by 3, so that means I got Seminole plus 3.
Hey, that's what he's saying.
Bet. What's the bet? Like
it's the same chicken wings he owed. Hey man, we gonna so guess
so now we had a 40 piece.
Hey, we gonna be at the game. So hey, after the game, hey, That's what we can all eat at. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Hey, hey, tell them, I think out there they got gators or something like that. Tell them just to call them and get the wings ready. Wing house, something. Hey, man, that man.
Yeah, I like honey. I like honey lemon pepper, man.
You might as well call yours in. Tell them, hey, I'll be there at 9:30 to pick them up.
Seminole finna win this game by at least 2 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah, look, he's something else. But all right, so that I love the batter, man. It means a lot. So I think that we appreciate you guys. Next week we're gonna be in the studio. We're gonna probably start taping it live around lunchtime. But then we're gonna, you'll still be able to ask questions because really, pretty much next week, we'll have a good idea of what's going to be going down in the playoffs because all the district games are pretty much done. So we'll have a good idea of what's going on in the playoffs. So shout out to everybody out there. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and we'll definitely make sure that we get back to you. Once again, Osceola by 50. Lake Mary by 3. Those are the bets that we got going on. So
don't forget Winter Park minus 13.
Yeah, Winter Park minus. Yeah, Chad, we can't do it at night tonight, man, because the Orange County got games. We got to be at their games. So
yeah, we got games tonight.
Yeah, and hold on and say, and EP. Daughter said,
"Oh man, his daughter is a trip. I watch his Facebook all the time just to see what story she come up with.
Oh no,
she's the school counselor for the kids. They have to pay her in the little Robux or whatever they use.
Yeah, man. Hey, Chad. We try to work that out, man. We can only get in the studio a certain time, so we trying to make it a little bit more professional. If we can get in the studio later in the evening, we'll definitely do it.
No, we couldn't do it this evening. This evening we have to go to games.
Yeah, we couldn't do it anyway. But next week, we definitely gonna get with the studio guy to give you guys a little bit more of an opportunity. If we could do it on Thursdays at 6 or 7, that probably would be perfect, and we'll talk to them about it. But EP daughter is a personality. So she good. I'm telling you that she good regardless. So yeah, but hey, Chad, look, don't worry about what time we gonna be on. You just make sure you get fit. Yeah, that's what you do. And I'll see you. I was Saturday to pick up my food. If you got some beef or sausage, you can throw them on too. I'll pick up all my food.
So don't worry about what time today. Just 50.
Yeah, 50. That's all he need to worry about. He got to put up 50 because I got people in Toho talking trash. That's the reason. I mean, people in Toho like, oh, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat the brakes off of them. They're not that good. We got everybody. We know how to throw the ball. They got all that going on.
They got the state leader in completion percentage.
Right. So guess what? His percentage gonna go down. Oh, I promise you that. Hey, I promise you that.
Hey, man, it's the type of offense they run, bro. The offense is predicated for a quarterback. The quarterback should have a high percentage
every day. I mean, that's why I tell everybody I would have loved to went to my son went to Lake Noda and played for DSO. Loved it.
DSO throwing that ball around that Toho boy.
I tell people this story all the time. My son was in the 7th grade. I went to see. They played Lakeland. They was up with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the game. Lakeland was out of timeouts. They threw the ball 3 times in a row, punted to Lakeland, and then Lakeland came down to school. And the parents was hot. I'm talking about the parents was cussing. And I was like, man, I would love for my son to play for this dude right here. Hey, we know you're going to get your targets. I'm telling you. Hey.
Toho receivers ain't tripping.
Oh, at all. Like, out of everybody in the county. So, like, hey, put it like this. This the one game Bo is going to get an opportunity to show who he is. Because I don't even the route combinations. It's a lot of screen routes and a lot of. But what I'm saying, he gonna get some action because Bo right now is out there on the island. Ain't nobody really attacking him at all. Like it's like the game plan when they come in is to stay away from him.
Mainland tried him a couple times, but
yeah, but they try you once and then you shut it down. And hey, at that point, hey,
one time Bo broke on a nice curl route, whatever you want to hitch, whatever. Another time, Bo did get beat inside on the goal line, but the receiver dropped the ball, so Bo won that rep. And then the second time, it was a mix up in coverage. It wasn't really his guy. But
screen record.
He really be messed with.
All the kids I know at Osceola, if y'all don't win by 50, if the defense give up a touchdown, don't speak to me no more. Don't call me talking about I need $5, I need $10. No, I'm telling you, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm letting you know that. If they don't call me ever again. I promise you, I'm not giving you nothing. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. So
you say Bo get 5 picks. I want them to count how many times he actually gets an opportunity. He might not even get 5 opportunities. You talking about 5 picks?
They're gonna throw the ball. That's all they do. They're gonna throw it 30 times, bro. They're going to throw.
I know they're gonna throw the ball. So do Mainland. That's all Mainland do is throw the ball. Mainland might have. I don't know how many times Mainland ran, but I can't imagine no more than 10.
Nobody throws the ball more than
Nobody.
Nobody. Oh yeah. You can tell them. Yeah, told folks, hey man, they talking big money. They like, hey, they gonna beat y'all. Y'all, y'all ain't gonna be able to handle them. All that. So hey, hey, that's why I said
I expect what I expect. I expect Chick to go for about 150 to 200. I mean, you say 50, I would say at least. I expect them to win by at least 5 touchdowns.
Hey man, 50. Hey man, I made it clear. So I appreciate you guys for your time. Hey, we look forward. Hey, we'll probably do a show on Tuesday if we could, because I'm not going to be in town Thursday. I got to fly out to see my granddaughter, so we have to do it either Tuesday or Wednesday. But I appreciate you guys, and peace. That's all I can say. You got anything else to say to people?
Nah, man. See y'all next week.
All right.
Same. I don't even know. Same place, same time. But we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.